abusu amincha na msan so mu akwaba sonko so family channel so had so e be media GH abusu for eyade a lawyer Thaddeus Sory ababonten na odensem bi e de aba betudwa efa eye the minority leader Alexander AfenyoMarkins ene eye ye maame eye Chief Justice former Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba Torkonoo magati abusu lawyer Thaddeus Sory edensem bi dia tudwa efa omo secret relationship bi ho yenko ne nkokotie ensem ababetudwa efa eye Alexander AfenyoMarkins ene eye former Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba Torkonoo emrasisi ha eda so ebe media GH abusu ebe sese ene de connect channel so a ebe so aso be subscribe be like na wabo aso a share dwumadi no afofo person be tie no anya bi atie wo yema refisa abusu obo notification bell no so for more podcast update
so ebe no minority leader AfenyoMarkins
yeah
when we say ebe no sacked Chief Justice and as a former Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba Torkonoo and AfenyoMarkins since day one as sacking and as a process no government initiative na AfenyoMarkins obaka ye hu demonstration to the sense of to me cry na wakwete ne fom we yi ne mpaboa na no de chensa or chante vetting kro mo de hye so ewo current Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni kra na wutie AfenyoMarkins ni sem ni bia o kan ye that decision eba ne sacking na de na one omonya adwen na omoba fight that decision no na obasha ni nyina echi no AfenyoMarkins nia oye bia no o use the minority no na eno na obaka ya one of the petitioners omo petition His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enam so omo de sake Gertrude Isaba Torkonoo no Daniel Ofori.
I see.
Na Daniel Ofori no ne lawyer ene Thaddeus Sory.
Okay.
Na eno na Thaddeus Sory we bedi nkomo about AfenyoMarkins the secret deals secret relationship between ono any sacked Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba Torkonoo.
I can't be few.
And some were
the minority leader was one of the reasons why I petitioned or my client petitioned for the removal of the Chief Justice. There was a huge count which mentioned his name and mentioned the acts that formed the basis of our petition. What was this count? We said he had set a precedent, in fact, a record in the court by being the only party or being the only person who within 2 hours was able to get a full panel of the Supreme Court presided over by the erstwhile Chief Justice to give him orders that by the scope of the application before the court, no court in the world in the common law jurisdiction will give him. Now, in the course of all of those proceedings and after, people who knew the two of them spoke to me and they said, don't you understand? That is his sister. The removed Chief Justice is his sister. When
sister in terms of
they come from the same place.
Okay.
1, 2, when her father died, the minority leader hosted her visitors, and people who were there called me. So in some of if I had attended the next proceedings, the next person against whom I was going to raise that objection was the Chief Justice. I said, all of these arguments we are having back and forth, and you are literally descending into the arena of conflict, is because somebody that you are close to is the plaintiff in this particular matter. Who was the plaintiff? It is AfenyoMarkins. 2, there is now information coming out that there are services being rendered in the judicial service which are linked to AfenyoMarkins. So
services being rendered?
Yes, certain services. I don't want to give all of those details because I have it. But it shouldn't look personal between me and him that he's rendering those services and getting commercial profits from them, and huge ones. And so at this point in time, when AfenyoMarkins is making it look like, okay, there's a national public interest aspect of all of this nomination process, and there's some dispute and all of that, it has nothing to do with a minority position. He sold it out to his colleagues to believe that, well, we all have to take a collective position against this, but it is a personal interest.
So in other words, you say he roped in the party, but the agenda is nothing to do with the party as a whole?
If you ask me, yes. And I'm saying that when we petitioned, there was every evidence to show that insofar as that aspect of our petition against AfenyoMarkins was concerned, there ought to have been a definite finding on it. One, we said there was no basis for the speedy fixing of that matter for hearing. Her response, and that is documented, is that no, there was a basis. And her basis was that, look, I had already issued a directive to the effect that election matters should be expeditiously dealt with. Question, was this an election matter? No. It was about cross-carpeting.
Yeah.
So factually that's not correct. Legally it's not correct. Two, she attached that her directive, and this is a lawyer and the Chief Justice, where she attached the directive was dated December 2024. This case took place in October 2024. So as at that time, there was no directive. So it was clear that this was a person who was doing a personal favor. There was no rule of law. It did not even accord, there was no practice direction according to her. Her principles on the basis of which she fixed it, the circumstances didn't exist. And she plainly lied in her response. Why was that not a basis for her removal? That the person who represents justice in this country can literally look at us, lie on the face of her own paper, only because she wants to justify a position she's taking to favor a particular individual. And that individual now wants us to believe that, oh yes, there are real and genuine reasons why we shouldn't be having a vetting. The facts that we have show that you have an interest in her being there. And so he's crying louder than every other person because he has an interest in the woman being there.
Lawyer Thaddeus Sory, information wait na odi aba monchimonka highway no so. And I hope so what's in the okan yero.
Oh, Mati.
Aha, sesi ano wachire mu say AfenyoMarkins. Enye say or fight for minority and as a Ghana for AfenyoMarkins the personal interests.
Samum.
Yes, because of the relationship on the Chief Justice. And we tell ya obonoma miensa so we betumi enemy walk it through or chere ba ku mu say
AfenyoMarkins. One Torkonoo nsensem the Chief Justice Torkonoo no. De edo mu ntam a enu nti ama AfenyoMarkins entimi ennyai Torkonoo akini de nyina ne say. Ba ko wama no contract, judicial contract. Ade kese me mienu kura nka me nsem fidi na.
Chesa AfenyoMarkins Torkonoo contract or the man no we make sika kese pa wo judiciary ho.
Yes. Ehun company ho nsensem o sade a hye ne nsa ensa anya asam ketwa. Enti sa ne maniama we ka hu bi enti na ama AfenyoMarkins wo pre justice for Chief Torkonoo wo pre we nyina enti a chese kakra obedi enti no wo na esuso gu na no
chese o protecting sika.
Yes,
I see.
Se Torkonoo free ho a ewo no eto obetwa.
I see.
Cause Paul Bafuboni no Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni no ono wo mprema no ti wo hwa no na wo de no compare Torkonoo na enso so ye bebre wom.
Good. NSSC no so no osanso kire mu say AfenyoMarkins one sad Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Torkonoo omu nyina no free winiba.
Aye.
And obake osanso kra kire mu say even former Chief Justice ne papa kra wu ye no AfenyoMarkins ono na
penyo na tutu ayi.
Ono ano tutu de ma bibia e ma Torkonoo.
Yeah.
Eba na say na hohu bebi o mo be so everything e ya AfenyoMarkins no.
Afa ho ka.
Ofa bibia ho ka.
Odo be nko ani nte be na yesi yi. Se nko onya bi papa en free Torkonoo ho a.
Na wo make ya Thaddeus Sory okasa no. Okasa contract no on person obekọ deep.
Ensem wo ho.
Na ehon na madwi kwachire 5 months ago. Kevin Taylor story bi ameyeye. Kevin Taylor obe drop a bombshell about AfenyoMarkins. Any sad Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Torkonoo.
Efa issue we ya.
Eba no contractor Thaddeus Sory on person obekọ deep no. Kevin Taylor we din kanya dey say.
We ka teto dada.
Wa bete 5 months ago.
I see.
And contract no mutie nsem ego mu a.
Mope Solutions System Limited. This company belongs to AfenyoMarkins. This company belongs to AfenyoMarkins. Mope Solutions System Limited. Now that company's contract with Ghana court should be terminated today. AfenyoMarkins, what do they do? Now what they do is they are into compilation of appeal records into Ghana courts. AfenyoMarkins company, a friend of Mope Solutions System Limited. I'm gonna compile all the appeals cases, records in the company the compiling. Into the money AfenyoMarkins is making, no, the dealer on the Madam Torkonoo coin and none AfenyoMarkins is protecting. AfenyoMarkins does not care about anybody in Ghana. Let me put the name down again. Mope Solutions Systems Limited. Mope Solutions Systems Limited. AfenyoMarkins there. And the job they do is they compile the compilation of all appeal records in Ghana courts in Ghana. AfenyoMarkins company na Madam Torkonoo ne demano. It was under Torkonoo or J contract we. So all the appeals records in Ghana no, a AfenyoMarkins company and a compilation no, amuna data no wo he that's why he's fighting every Ghanaian say per se you be change Madam Torkonoo, because when Torkonoo moves, we will get to know a Mope Solution Systems, the AfenyoMarkins the company no Now, there's more to this. I'm just giving you the name and I'm actually letting you know the kind of job they do. And this is a contractor who monopolizing millions of dollars na onya. It is a company near friend Mope Solutions Systems Limited. Mope Solutions System Limited, no. MOPAY Solutions Systems Limited, no. They compile all the appeals court records no. Then they forward the appeals court records no compiling to the Supreme Court. There is a connection between Madam Torkonoo and AfenyoMarkins. That company is in there and AfenyoMarkins is making millions. It is almost AfenyoMarkins is punching people, screaming and saying, yes, the Chief Justice, she has done nothing. It's against our democracy. It is a stab in the back of our... He is lying. It is because Madam Torkonoo gave him a contract for him to compile all appeal cases and send to her at the Supreme Court. So basically, AfenyoMarkins controls the appeals cases that is being heard in the Supreme Court. So any appeals case be a court of appeals case be you be move to Supreme Court no you better no AfenyoMarkins and they decide which one goes first and which goes second. The company is called Mope Solutions Systems Limited. That is AfenyoMarkins company. So my friend and Agina Mumbusa say, does he have any connection? How can a member of parliament, how can somebody who says he's with the legislature, somebody who says he wants the three arms of government to work independently, the same person has a contract in our court, appeals court, and every case that goes there, his company compiles it and moves the Chief Justice. That's why time or day Parliament court, you know, he was the one for about 8 years ago for the power. No, AfenyoMarkins company was deciding which case is supposed to move quickly and not to move quickly. This guy is a hardened criminal. In Tubusan also, I'm a businessman. I have not taken anybody on Obwa. He's one of the most corrupt politicians in Ghana. Into Sory also a question court with the Chrome. And the Oko Winiba, we see court and we see police station. The Chrome ni ana nebusi ni botu ayenchino. Ya the nebusi ni oya Chrome foko jina quarter. AfenyoMarkins the sea court niti yenjelino. Into our group of people Winiba. So omu kunkwa. So that is what he has built at Widiba.
Ochamia onima samka wasina na wasubua. So we Kevin Taylor and somebody betu 5 months ago.
Hey Kevin, why be for na? I said the best be
so contract no that day no me story no but na be brekra na echem say no Kevin ya oka no enya no kre and wo be sha lawyer Thaddeus Sory abechem say ampa ono kra no contract bi former Chief Justice or the man AfenyoMarkins no person be deep na a judicial contract.
Sure.
And judicial contract so per 1 or 2 checks na there no Kevin Taylor so abetu mu nche no Mope solution no omo ya na say eba no appeals court cases na je ni bia omu bedi AfenyoMarkins the company to say na Kevin Taylor any Thaddeus Sory kan here no and I just say omo forward cases no ekopia mu Supreme Court omo tira nya sika ketwa na ye involved. So these are bombshells Thaddeus Sory what but drop your monchebonka highway no so
Kelvin, yen san fa bo ne mani bi we.
Wo be sign the Kevin Ebuama no. Na Thaddeus Sory so